Guys, welcome back to the Coco channel and to the very first SaturDIY. I'm starting this for Halloween and I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep it going through till Christmas. Um, my hair is a mess. So I love doing DIYs. I used to have a series on my channel called Make It Monday where I did a bunch of different things. But I really love doing things, especially for holidays. Finding anything on Pinterest and doing it is so much fun. None of these are like my idea, like I came up with them all by myself. They are ideas that I did find on either Pinterest or I used to see a lot of stuff working in the craft stores. So I hope you guys enjoy this first one. You are going to see me with this makeup in a couple videos because I'm pre-filming a lot of stuff. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Okay guys, so we're gonna get started. So what you are going to need is as many jars as you want to make. These are the ones that I did last year. If you missed it, these were in my Halloween decoration tour. I'll link it down below so you can see these where I have them. But last year I had jars, like I think one was like a pickle jar and one was something else that I had, and so I just soaked, if you have your own jars and they have labels on them, you can just soak them in the sink overnight with vinegar water and the labels will come off super easy and there won't be any goop on it. So that's what I did last year, but this year I didn't have any jars, so I went to my local Dollar Tree and got these mason jars, and they did come with lids, but I'm not going to use them. As you can see, these ones have the raffia on the raffia on the top. So you're going to need however many jars you want. And then the raffia was also at the dollar store. Some Mod Podge was also at my dollar store. If you can't find it at your Dollar Tree, they do sell it at the craft stores. Make sure if you're going to Michael's or Joann's, you use your coupons, download the app, or go online, and they both accept both, if that makes sense. Like Michael's accepts Michael's and Joann's, and then Joann's accepts Michael's and Joann's. And then you're going to need a paintbrush. I use the sponge brushes because they're easier to work with. You're going to need markers for drawing on your little faces, and then whatever colors you want to do. If you want to do pumpkins, last year I used the streamer because then you don't have to cut the you don't have to cut them in strips, you just cut the different lengths. But for some reason, I could not find the colors that I wanted. Like, nobody had orange at, like, I looked at the Dollar Tree and at, where else did I look at? Target. They had white and black, but they didn't have green or orange. So I'm just going to use tissue paper this year and get to cutting my strips. And then you're going to need candles to go on the inside. You can get these at the dollar store. I found mine at Target in the dollar spot. So let's get started on cutting our strips. I'm going to do white for a ghost, green for kind of a Frankenstein look, and then I am going to do the orange for the pumpkin. So let's get started on cutting our strips. Okay guys, so I am going to go ahead and cut my strips from the green for my Frankenstein jar. I did my pumpkin and my ghost the night before, and then I just wanted to show you one of them, that way the video is not a million years long. So I'm I'm putting the first coat of the Mod Podge on the jar, and I'm going all the way around. This is like the easiest way, is just to put your hand kind of like on the inside, and then you're gonna do all the way around, as including the lid, and then do the bottom last, and all the while keeping your hand in the jar is the easiest way. So I'm just going to take each strip and place it on, and then set it with another layer of the Mod Podge, and I'm just going to go all the way around the jar to cover it completely. And I did this jar a little bit differently because with the pumpkin and the ghost, I didn't put the Mod Podge on top of each layer, and so some of the layers were like coming up. So this is the best way to do it. it lays down so much better. You'll see when I show you the pumpkin and the ghost that like you can see a lot of the texture in it because the tissue paper was coming up. I didn't put the Mod Podge on top of each layer. Instead, I just did all of it and then put a layer on top of the finished layer, if that makes sense. Sorry, this is like such a long explanation. So now that I have it completely covered and I did one final layer of the Mod Podge, and I have some excess at the top because this jar is smaller than the other ones. I wanted to get kind of a variation. Like I said, if you have your own jars, it looks so much better because they're all different sizes and you can do different things with them. But I had to buy mine, which you can get at the dollar store. So I'm just going to cut the excess of my tissue paper off at the top, and I'm going to set this one down to dry, and I'm going to grab my pumpkin and my ghost, which I let dry overnight, but it's not necessary. You can just let it sit for 20 minutes and you're good to go. So here I am with the pumpkin, and I'm taking my raffia, and you don't have to do this, but I think it looks cute because you guys know how much I love my bows. So of course I'm going to tie a big huge bow with a bunch of raffia, and then I'm just kind of messing with it to make sure the bow's a little even, and then I'm going to cut the excess off because I don't want a ton, but you can do it however you want. So now I'm just looking for the best side to draw my face on. I wanted to do a different face because like I said, last year, I did, or not last year, it was the year before, I did one and my husband did one. And so I did a little bit of a different face, kind of like a classic pumpkin. I just did the triangle eyes and the kind of classic mouth. So that's what this is. So it's just filling it in. You can look up pictures online and just look. There's like tons and tons and tons of these jars that people have done. I'm pretty sure that I found mine on Facebook the first time I did it. But I mean, they're all over Pinterest. You can Google image jars, Halloween jars, and a bunch of these come up. There's like a really cool mummy one. They've done vampire ones. But I was just kind of keeping it basic for you guys who want to do something fun with the kids this year. This project is so easy and fun. So I just filled that in. Now I'm moving on to my ghost. I'm making a little bit of a smaller bow. I know that ghosts don't have anything like this on them, like a pumpkin does, but I just thought to cover up the top, it would look cute too. I'm not going to do it with the Frankenstein one, but I did a little bit of a smaller bow, and I did a double knot, or I wrapped it around twice rather. And so I'm just going to cut the excess off of that, and then I just drew C's for eyes and filled those in, and then I'm just going to do a big huge O for the mouth and fill that in, and then it is done. So moving on to Frankenstein, I did upside down C's or U's, I guess, for eyes, and then I'm going to draw a big huge scar across his forehead after I'm done filling these in. This Frankenstein one was a little bit hard for me. Like, I totally messed up on the mouth piece, but I mean, what are you gonna do? It's just a project that's gonna go outside, and from far away nobody's gonna tell. But for those of you who are perfectionists, maybe draw out a pattern first. I kind of was just freehanding it in my mind, so I tried to do like a bar. I don't know what I was trying to do, but it's not that bad. It's like playing Tetris. I was like drawing Tetris pieces. I don't know what I was doing, but what I was trying to go for. See, it like comes up way too far, but it's not that bad. So then I'm just going to give him like little hair. I'm just drawing lines all over the place and giving him his black hair. And then, of course, you cannot have a Frankenstein without having his two bolts on the side. So I'm going to draw those on. They're not even, but who's going to see? Okay, so this is the finished project. I think they came out so cool. They're so easy to make. They didn't take long at all, and especially for kids to keep them busy. I think it's just such a fun project and you can keep them forever. I've had my other ones for 2 years now, so they're just a really cool decoration to have. So I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you want me to keep doing the Saturday DIYs, and I will see you guys in my next video.